Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Tarps Off and the review of the April 9th NHL Games. So we're going to start off with Seattle and Arizona. So in the first period, Shane Wright opens up the scoring for the Kraken at 1:08 from Everly and Schwartz. Burakovsky would would add another one at 2:14 of the first from Beniers and Schultz on the power play. Second period at 4:29, Schultz would score from Bjorkstrand and Beniers. Third period, Tanev would score at 6:38 from Gord and Cartier, and then Borgen would score from Alexiak and Bjorkstrand at 9:35 of the third. Seattle takes it 5-0. Your three stars, Grubauer, Wright, and Schultz. Moving on to Los Angeles versus Anaheim. In the first period, Kill Thomas scores at 5:50 from Trevor Lewis and Vladislav Gavrikov. Vetrano would answer at 17:46 of the first from Gudis and Strome. Second period, there's no scoring. Third period, Killorn scores from Fowler and Strome at 1:51, and then Zegras will score at 5:50 unassisted. The Ducks take it 3-1, surprisingly. Three stars, Dostal, Strome, and Zegras for that one. Minnesota versus Colorado. So in the first period, Arturi Lehkonen opens up the scoring at 4:34 the first from McKinnon and McCarr on the power play. McKinnon would score one of his own at 8:38 of the first from Drouin and McCarr. Kaprizov would score from Zuccarello and Boldy on the power play at 10:14, and then Boldy would have one of his own at 19:40 from Zuccarello and Chisholm on the power play. Second period, McCarr would score at 6:15 from Taves and Drouin. McKinnon would score from Drouin and Taves at 14:50. Then in 19:08 of the second, McKinnon would score from Lehkonen, making that a hat trick for McKinnon. Third period, there's no scoring. Colorado takes it 5-2. Your three stars, McKinnon, McCarr, and Drouin. Makes sense. Stars and Sabres, I believe this knocked Buffalo out of playoff contention, pushing their drought to 13 years, which is the longest ever, I think. Anyways, first period at 4:09, Tuck scores from Jokiharju and Byram. Robinson would score at 6:15 from Ray Hintz. Dahlin would score at 9:38 from Power and Krebs. Second period at 3:38, Wyatt Johnson would score from Thomas Harley. And then at 7:08, Pavelski would score from Tanev, McDuck, and Harley. Third period, no scoring. Dallas takes it 3-2. Your three stars, Pavelski, Harley, and Dahlin. Jets and Preds. Both teams now heading to the playoffs. I think the Preds clinched last night. Anyways, first period, Tommy Novak scores from Kiefer Sherwood at 4:05. At 6:51, Velarde would score from Scheifele and Morrissey on the power play. Scheifele would score one of his own at 8:19 of the first from Toffoli, former Duck. And then DeMello would score from Barron at 12:46 of the first. Second period, no scoring. Third period, Stastny scores from Yossi and Sherwood at 7:34. Then 9:41. O'Reilly would score from Yossi and Nyquist to tie it up. They go to overtime, and at 1:52, Kyle Connor seals it for the Jets from Scheifele and Pionk. They take it 4-3 in overtime. Your three stars, Scheifele, Connor, and Yossi. Jackets and Lightning. So in the first period, at 16:31, Braden Point scores from Kucherov and Duclair. Marchenko would answer at 19:17 the first from Sellinger and Severson. Marchenko would put the Blue Jackets on top of the second goal of the game at 7:13 the second period from Goodrow and Renski on the power play. Stamkos would score at 14:17 from Kucherov and Hedman on the power play. Third period at 5:40, Cirelli would score from Hagel and Stamkos. Stamkos would score another one. Yep, another one, second of the game, at 5:56 from Hagel and Chernak. And then Stamkos would complete the hat trick at 17:57 from Kucherov into the empty net. Tampa takes it 5-2. Your three stars, Stamkos, Kucherov, and Marchenko. And Ottawa and Florida. So the battle of the Kachuk brothers, I guess. First period, at 12:02, Anton Lindell would score from Stolarz on the power play. Cousins would score from Mikola and Bennett at 14:48. Second period, no scoring. Third period, no scoring. Florida takes it 2-0. Your three stars, Stolarz, Cousins, and Lindell. Canes and Bruins. So in the first period, no scoring. Second period, Svechnikov opens up the scoring at 10:55 from Martinic and Slavin. Teravainen would score at 13:05 from Svechnikov and Slavin. McAvoy would score the lone goal for the Bruins at 16:56 of the second period. Third period, Gensel scores unassisted at 10:14. And at 13:22, Jarvis scores from Shea and Stahl shorthanded. The Canes take it 4-1. Your 3 stars are Svechnikov, Jarvis, and Kochetkov. Alright, Capitals and Red Wings. So in the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, Strome scores from Ferraveri at 17:47. In 1952, Ovechkin would score from TJ Oshie, making it 18 30-goal seasons. So, happy days for Ovechkin. Third period in 1958, Kane scores from Perron and Raymond, and that's how it would end. Capitals would take it 2-1. Your 3 stars, Lindgren, Strome, and Ovechkin. I think it was Strome, wasn't it? Yep, Strome, okay. Moving on to the Flyers and the Canadiens. This was a shocker for Philadelphia, probably. First period, Slavkovsky scores at 1:05 from Matheson and Caulfield. Second period, Slavkovsky would score again from Suzuki and Matheson at 8:43. Gallagher would add another one for the Habs at 10:46 from Kovacevic and Harris. Slavkovsky would complete his first NHL hat-trick at 11:22 from Savard. Anderson would score from Harris and Pearson at 12:42. Dvorak would score from Jordan Harris at 15:27. Third period at 4:54, Philadelphia would finally get on the board from Poling. Scoring from Tippett and Johnson. Dvorak would score again from Harvey Pinard at 10:06. 11:19, Gallagher would score from Armia and Kovacevic. Farabee would score from Lixel and Cates at 15:05 for the Flyers. Johnson won another one at 17:07 from Tippett and Hathaway. By this point, the game was well out of reach. Armia just adds insult to injury. He scores at 18:17 from Gallagher and Newhook. Final score 9-3 for the Habs. Their 3 stars, Slavkovsky, Gallagher, and Dvorak. So, a bit of a stinker for Philadelphia there. Islanders and Rangers. So in the first period, Mike Riley opens up the scoring from Bo Horvat, former Canuck, at 14:12, or at 4:12, excuse me. Horvat would score from Dollopson and Barzell at 11:47. Palmieri would score at 13:38 from Palmieri and Nelson. Palmieri would score at 13:38 from Nelson and Dobson. Second period at 7:47, Kreider puts the Rangers on the board from Panarin and Zibanejad on the power play. Fox will score at 15:01 from Kreider and Trocheck on the power play. And then the third period at 19:54, Andersley would seal it from Pajot and Engvall into the empty net. Islanders take it 4-2. Your 3 stars are Varlamov, Kreider, and Horvat. Former Canuck. Toronto, New Jersey. So in the first period, Nick Robertson scores at 8:56 unassisted. Heischer would score from Dawson Mercer and Brendan Smith at 14:25. Second period, Mercer would score from Heischer on the power play at 55:17. Bertuzzi would score at 15 minutes from Domi and McCabe. Giordano would score at 15:09 from Matthews and Barzell. Third period, surprise, surprise, at 7:33, Matthews scores from Max Domi, and then Bertuzzi with his second of the game at 18:47 from McCabe and Marner into the empty net. Toronto takes it 5-2. Your 3 stars, Matthew, Bertuzzi, and Allen. And then, last but not least, Flames and Sharks. Hopefully I can get this before my camera dies. The first period, William Eklund scores from Zetterlund and Granlund at 7:22. McDonald would then score in the second period at 2:22 from Mike Hoffman. Anderson would score at 5:35 for the Flames from Coronado and Okutiuk. That's right. Kadri would then score at 14:51 from Sherwonkowicz and Kuzmenko, former Canuck, on the power play. Third period, no scoring, then in overtime, Kuzmenko, former Canuck, buries it at 2:58 from Huberdeau and Kadri on the power play. Flames take it 3-2, and a nice come from behind victory. That's it for the night. So I will watch what games I can tonight, and then I'll see you with a review of those games tomorrow. If you liked it, subscribe if you really liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.